There were some odd decisions made during this week's episodes of Bold and Beautiful, some by the characters, some by the writers, but all worth discussing. It was downright odd that after Liam was given his fatal prognosis, he went missing. Had that been an actual storyline, as in he skipped town in order to wrap his head around this development, that might have been kinda cool. But instead, he simply shifted to the back burner. Immediately after that heartbreaking moment, the show hit the runway, and what we got on Monday was a lot of talk about Brooke and Ridge's literal show-stopping moment. Tuesday gave us more of the same, as did Wednesday. For 3 solid days, there was not a single mention of Liam. It was downright bizarre and, worse, kinda boring. Sorry, but there's just not a lot of high drama where Brooke and Ridge potentially reuniting for the billionth time is concerned. Let me start by saying that I love Rebecca Budig and have for years. She is one of the funnest people you will ever interview, especially if, as happened during a chat we had shortly after she joined Bold, she happens to be making bread. That said, I don't get why Taylor is on the canvas. Since returning, the character's only storyline has involved Ridge. He cured her of broken heart syndrome. He ran to her the second he felt betrayed by Ridge. And now, it feels as if she's living in a fool's paradise where their potential future is concerned. Why can't Taylor have a story outside of Ridge? A patient who becomes obsessed. Heck, let's see her take on the biggest challenge of her career by deciding she's going to write a book about the ultimate tag team of patients, Sheila and Luna. Long story short, there's more to life than Ridge, and it's time Taylor realize it. I get why Liam wants to keep everyone from knowing he's dying. But man, he's going to do a whole lot of damage before either meeting his maker or being told, whoops, you're gonna live. It's bad enough that the people he loves are going to be hurt by his keeping quiet. But now he's doing things which could have long-lasting consequences. For example, he's pushing Hope to reunite with Carter, even as the blonde is perhaps rediscovering her not-so-dead and buried feelings for Liam. What if he is robbing both Hope and Beth of a chance at reuniting their family? Asterisk, how do we have 2 certified murderers on the canvas in Sheila and Luna? Yet there isn't any kind of exciting thriller-type story. Sheila's been domesticated, and my biggest question about Luna regards where she's living and how she's affording her killer wardrobe. Asterisk, Daphne was introduced as a free-spirited woman who had a worldly view of sex and relationships. But 6 months on this show, and she's become just another woman willing to pursue a guy who is clearly interested in someone else. Maybe she, Brooke, and Taylor should form a support group. Asterisk, it's increasingly ridiculous that they don't mention RJ and Slash or his absence. They made a big deal about inviting influencers to the fashion show, and that's exactly what he was doing before becoming an Insta designer. Asterisk, you're going to have someone else opening next week, as I'll be on a cruise ship exploring Alaska. Be kind to my substitute and, while you're at it, each other. Assuming I don't get eaten by a bear or swallowed by a whale, I'll catch you later. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Someone's got to say it. The bold and the beautiful spoilers seem to suggest that Carter Walton is nothing but an opportunist, especially when it comes to the women in his life. Keep reading below for everything you need to know. As many B&B fans are aware of, Carter seems to flip-flop between Daphne and Hope Logan. In fact, it seems like Carter just can't pick a lane between the 2 women and what it is that he really wants. That's because one moment he's begging Hope to take him back, and the next moment he's kissing Daphne like there's no tomorrow. Simply put, the man is a player. The bold and the beautiful fans had a lot to say about this storyline. Many of them even commented with, Carter isn't the saint he is portrayed. As far as I can remember, any time a woman blinks in his direction, he is in love. Zoe, Paris, Quinn, Katie, Hope, soon-to-be Daphne. Not one of these women have said slow down and let's take it slow. It's blink, sex, love, heartbreak. Another fan wrote, Carter's loyalty to women has always wavered from one to another. He goes from one woman to the next without taking a breath. Basically, he has dated most of the women on the show, consistently going from one to the next just to feed his own ego. He's not lonely, he needs a woman to tell him how perfect a man he would be for any woman. That's what Daphne Rose is telling him, and he's eating it up. Of course, B&B fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, drop us a line with your thoughts about this story in the comments section below. Eric Forrester was sure that if he had Brooke Logan as the showstopper in the latest Forrester Creations fashion show, his son wouldn't be able to resist the memories. Eric modernized that infamous Portofino gown that Brooke wore all of those years ago, and they both expected Ridge Forrester to crack and return to his Logan. Seeing Brooke in that gown did indeed bring back a million memories for Ridge. He never stopped loving her, he simply felt betrayed when she took the CEO position at Forrester Creations during a hostile takeover. Even though all is well that ends well, and the company is back in its proper hands, Ridge's ego still can't seem to forgive the supposed love of his life. The couple has broken up several times over the last 30 years, but they inevitably have always found their way back to each other. That is their pattern, and both Eric and Brooke believed that her walking in this dress would do the trick. The energy was there and Ridge felt all of the emotions and magic of the moment, but this time he isn't caving in. Ridge is known for flip-flopping between Brooke and his ex-wife, Taylor Hayes. On the heels of every split with Brooke comes a rebound reunion with Taylor, and this time around it happened within hours. Ridge ran back to Taylor, hopped into bed with her, and started to plan their future immediately. It all happened so fast that there was no way that Ridge was going to stick with her, until he decided for once in his life to honor a commitment. Even seeing his Logan in that dress isn't enough for Ridge to dump Taylor this time. Instead, he is digging in his heels and reminding both Eric and Brooke that he is currently in a relationship. Even Taylor was starting to become insecure as she saw the writing on the wall, but for once in his life, Ridge isn't going to abandon her in favor of Brooke, at least not yet. How long do you think that Taylor and Ridge's romance will last this time around? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers preview video for the week of May 5 to 9 reveals that Hope Logan will panic over Steffy Forrester's Liam Spencer confession, while Luna Nozoa ambushes John Finn Finnegan. B&B's weekly promo kicks off with Luna as she visits the Cliff House, so Sheila Sharp may push her to seek out Finn and remind him of their connection. Luna will indeed corner Finn and point out that she knows what a great guy he is. After Luna says Finn would never turn his back on his own kid, she'll hope Finn's more willing to consider having a relationship with her. Of course, Finn may remind Luna that's not an option after what she did to Tom's star, Paul Hollister, and especially Steffy. Since Steffy has forbidden Finn from having any kind of bond with Luna, he can't surrender to what Luna wants and keep his family intact. Even so, Luna may refuse to give up and make some predictions about Finn finding a way to accept her one day. As for Carter Walton, he'll await Hope's decision on whether she's willing to reunite with him. It looks like Hope might agree to give their relationship another try, so Carter may give Daphne Rose updates on that news soon enough. Daphne will make another romantic play for Carter and push him to move on from Hope, with the woman standing right in front of him. Instead, Carter may shut Daphne down for good and insist his Hope reunion is happening. Meanwhile, Steffy will surprise Hope when she tracks her down at Brooke Logan's place. Hope will wonder what Steffy wants to talk about, so the tears will start flowing for Steffy as she admits this is about Liam. Hope will get a bit panicky as she pushes Steffy for the details. It appears Steffy will go against Liam's wishes and come clean about his inoperable brain mass, so Hope should end up crying right along with Steffy before long. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Hope's in for an awful shock, so stay tuned for all the drama that's brewing. Brooke and Nick's reunion is like the good old days. Catherine Kelly Lang is ready for the return of Brooke and Nick on The Bold and the Beautiful. Their relationship has been a long time coming. Up until now, Brooke has been all about Ridge, but now that could change. Jack Wagner will be returning to his role as Nick Marone. In an interview with Bold Live, Lang sat down for an exclusive interview with Kasperzik to address Wagner's return. Lang admitted that it felt like the good old days. It was as if nothing changed. It was just like the good old days when he was there before, and it brought back so many memories, and we kept talking about all the scenes that we did in the past. A lot I forgot until we started talking about them, Lang shared. The two reconnected the other day. Lang and Wagner go to the same gym. She fed his ear as he worked out. During their conversation, she could sense their chemistry. Lang teased that they're just bringing that kind of chemistry that we had from years ago. For years, B&B fans got used to Brooke chasing Ridge and reminding him about his destiny. Nick's insertion into this plot will move the storyline into a different direction. It'll also give Ridge something to worry about, hopefully. Because Brooke's always thinking about that, Lang joked. The conversation shifted to Nick and Brooke's past romance. Nick brought out Brooke's adventurous side. They were definitely in sync in a different way than Brooke and Ridge are. Totally different dynamic, and I kind of miss that. I think it's gonna be good to bring that back, Lang added. What are your thoughts on Lang's return to B&B? Are you excited to see Nick and Brooke reunite? Let us know in the comment section. Will Liam bring Steffy and Hope back together? On the Friday, May 2 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope and Steffy have a change of heart. Liam could help the feuding ladies put their differences aside. We can see the pieces falling into place in this episode. You should check out Friday's emotional episode. Liam gave Hope some sage advice. He's become insightful after he received his grim prognosis. He encouraged Hope to get back with Carter. He doesn't want her to have resentment in her heart. Hope told him that she was scared of getting hurt again. Liam admitted that getting hurt is a gift that life gives. However, he didn't want Hope to make a decision she could regret. She's been ignoring Carter's texts lately. The last thing Hope wanted to do was speak to Carter again, but Liam's advice gave her a change of heart. She agreed to meet with Carter. She returned home and got ready for their meetup. Carter confessed that he couldn't live without her. Hope had a hesitant look on her face as she hugged him. Does she still feel the same way about him? Meanwhile, Steffy is also having a change of heart. She returns to the Cliff house. The first question she asks is whether Liam told Hope about his prognosis. Liam admitted that he couldn't tell Hope because he wanted to have a different conversation. He was tired of talking about death all the time. Steffy feels that it's important because Hope is also Liam's family. Does this mean that Steffy is finally coming around to Hope? The two could finally call a truce and come together for the sake of their kids. Steffy might even reconsider forgiving Hope and having her work at Forrester Creations again. She's aware that Liam encouraged Hope to work on her relationship with Carter. Meanwhile, Carter is still fighting for Hope to get her job back. Something tells us that these two ladies will finally end their feud. We're looking forward to seeing what happens next. Bold and Beautiful spoilers week of April 28. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that their Liam Spencer has a dire health prognosis, and it doesn't look like he has much time left. Here are 3 things that must happen in order for him to leave the world unburdened. Liam is in denial about his brain tumor diagnosis, but preparations need to be made. As a responsible parent, Liam must make sure his daughters are taken care of. This means that he and his baby mamas, Steffy Forrester and Hope Logan, make peace. Additionally, the father figure in their lives, John Finn Finnegan, must be on board, who will help Liam ensure that the girl's financial future is secure. Plus, he should leave behind any mementos or videos. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Liam has difficult moments in the weeks ahead, but there are 2 more things he must accomplish. Liam is not talking to Bill Spencer because of a huge blow-up before all the medical crisis. Liam needs to put his big boy pants and come clean to Bill about his inoperable brain tumor. No one should leave the earth with unfinished business. It haunts the ones left behind. Liam can't hide this forever, and we think that powerful Bill can find an experimental trial for Liam that could save his life. Liam needs to help Hope and Steffy bury the hatchet, for the kids' sakes if nothing else. Beth Spencer and Kelly Spencer deserve mothers who get along if their father is gone. What are the chances that Liam can convince Steffy and Hope to play nice before his demise? Tell us what you think, B&B fans. Is Liam going to die? We hope not, and Finn has already saved a Forrester from death. Maybe he has more magic in him, or is it simply time to retire the character in your opinion? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with B&B right now. Come back here often for the bold and the beautiful spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Steffy Forrester may make one mistake that could open the door to John Finn Finnegan bonding with Luna Nozawa. B&B fans know Finn struggled with some tough emotions when he first found out Luna was his bio daughter. That naturally brought some pain and regrets since Finn wished he could have been there for Luna growing up. If Finn had been a real father to Luna, then maybe he could have guided her down a better path, one that didn't include all her terrible crimes. However, what's done is done, so Steffy eventually convinced Finn that he couldn't fix Luna. That's presumably why Finn took such a harsh stance when Sheila Sharp approached him about accepting Luna. Finn insisted Luna was no daughter of his, but could something change his mind down the road? Now that Liam Spencer is facing a brain tumor that could end his life and cut his time with his daughter short, that may get Finn thinking about Luna. This whole situation with Liam may tug at Finn's paternal heartstrings and set the stage for Luna to make a breakthrough. Of course, it may take Steffy's mistake to truly give Luna the opening she needs. Finn can't really connect with Luna as long as Steffy's around, but Luna's about to get a lucky break since Jacqueline MacInnes Wood's maternity leave is coming up. It's safe to assume Steffy's going to spend some time out of town as a result, so she might accompany Liam somewhere for an experimental treatment if one is found. Then again, Steffy might have to rush off and handle some Forrester business instead. Any excuse that gets Steffy off canvas a bit will work here. Finn would probably never do any father-daughter bonding with Steffy around, but Luna may make her move while Steffy's away and convince her dad to surrender to some quality time. Luna and Finn could end up growing much closer while Steffy's gone, so Steffy could come home to a shocking discovery eventually. Will Sheila's predictions about Finn embracing Luna as family ultimately come true? Regardless, Steffy's biggest mistake may be leaving Finn alone too long, since Luna may pounce on him for some daddy-daughter visits. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Finn and Steffy still have some marriage drama ahead of them, so stay tuned for updates on any troubling news to come. At Forrester, Daphne puts the moves on Carter again, looking deep into his eyes as she tells him he should be proud. It's clear his ideas were instrumental to the success of the show. She's proud to be part of his vision, now and into the future. At Brooke's place, she and Katie express their thanks to Eric, who is grateful for all they've brought to his life. He has to go to the office, but can't wait to hear what Ridge has to say after seeing Brooke in the showstopper. He admires Taylor, but is convinced Brooke and Ridge will get together again. Once Eric's gone, Katie gushes about Brooke and Ridge. The blonde says it made her feel good how he looked at her on the runway. She's hopeful, but he still went home with Taylor. Katie says everyone saw how he looked at her, including Steffy and Taylor, who must realize her hold on Ridge is slipping away. Katie goes on about the way Ridge looked at Brooke, who agrees it was pure magic. Katie has to believe that Ridge will see she didn't betray him. Brooke warns Taylor won't give up. Katie feels Ridge is on the precipice of getting back with her, and Taylor must realize that too. At the Forrester mansion, Steffy joins her parents, and they go over the success of the show. The reviews say it was deliciously nostalgic. Taylor notes the press are calling Ridge and Brooke the first couple of fashion. Ridge shrugs. The press has to come up with something. He assures Taylor this doesn't change the way he feels about her. Ridge has to go to the office, but Steffy is going to stay for some alone time with her mom. Ridge kisses Taylor and leaves. Steffy can tell her mother is concerned that Ridge's feelings for Brooke reignited at the end of the fashion show. Taylor's not naive and has seen Brooke work her way back into his heart. She won't back down. Steffy reminds her Ridge claimed the fashion show was strictly business. He made his decision and told Brooke. She promises her mom she doesn't need to worry. By the runway, Daphne tells Carter she thinks she accomplished what she set out to do. Carter appreciates her reminding him to listen to his gut. She's significant to him. But I have to tell you, Daphne, Hope and I. Daphne tells him to forget about Hope. He needs to focus on the future and what they can build together. Zenda watches from the doorway as Carter dodges her kiss. Zenda interrupts them and tells Carter that Will is looking for him. Carter tells Daphne he should get going and walks out. Zenda asks Daphne about her trying to kiss Carter. She shrugs that she may have got caught up in the moment. Zenda thinks it looked more serious and asks if she has actual feelings for Carter. You developed genuine feelings for Carter. Daphne says no one was more surprised than her. Katie appears behind the curtains and listens as Zenda tells Daphne he knows all about her scheme with Steffy. He won't tell Carter anything about why she came to Lay, but she needs to be careful. If this gets out, it will affect more than just her and Carter. Zenda exits and Katie shows herself. She asks Daphne, "What's your secret?" No one can pinpoint exactly what's in her scent, but she's seen how people react to it. Must be kind of fun, kind of like making a potion, something used to manipulate someone. Someone like Carter Walton. In the main office, Eric finds Ridge sketching in chortles. Look at you, back at it again right away. Ridge asks him to close the door and then confronts him about the showstopper stunt he pulled. He complains that he was blindsided. Eric knows he was shocked, but he also saw admiration and love. It was the right thing to do. Eric wanted this to be special to remind people they were back. Not only us, but you and Brooke. Ridge grunts, "There it is." Eric tells his son he didn't just see a woman in the showstopper, he saw his future. You saw Brooke. Ridge protests that he's not the same man. He's committed to Taylor and won't let her down again. She's not Brooke and he's glad. She's never let him down. Eric has felt the same way about Brooke, but now they understand she took the CEO position for him. Taylor's not the only one with a broken heart. Brooks was broken too when he went with Taylor. Brooke's ready to forgive. She's ready to forgive you. You need to stop. You need to stop blaming Brooke. He understands he doesn't want to hurt Taylor or his kids, but he cannot deny his future is with Brooke. Ridge flashes to Brooke in the showstopper. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that Hope is ready to give her mother Brooke an ultimatum. She is absolutely tired of the fact that Brooke keeps choosing Ridge over everyone else. Ridge was absolutely nasty to Hope and called her the kind of names that no woman should hear. Yet Brooke is still falling all over him like he's the only man left on the planet. That's why for Hope, enough is enough. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that she's going to take matters into her own hands and tell her mother that she needs to make a choice. Either Brooke chooses her family or Ridge, and if she decides to choose Ridge, that means Hope is going to ban her from seeing her granddaughter Beth ever again. Desperate times call for desperate measures. As our readers can imagine, the internet certainly had a lot to say about the matter. Some have even commented with, in order to break the cycle because Hope ended up going for the same kind of man. While Liam was following Steffy all over town like a stray dog shivering after her, Brooke was encouraging Hope to go begging after Liam like she is shamelessly begging after Ridge right now. Another fan wrote, "I don't know that I would go to the extreme of removing my mother from my life. I definitely would move off my mother's property and get my own place. I may tell her that her destiny is not welcome in my new home." If Ridge was any kind of decent human being, he would reach out to Hope himself and work on forming a new relationship with Hope. Brooke shouldn't be involved at all. And then there was this comment as well. "What boggles my mind is how Rick, her eldest son and firstborn, hates Ridge and has categorically said so numerous times, and now we don't see him at all. The only people rooting for a Bridge reunion are her sisters and Eric. No one else. That should say something." Then again, B&B fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. Tell us, what do you think about this story? Leave us your thoughts in our comments section below. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Friday, May 2, reveal that Hope Logan will face a life-changing decision. So Carter Walton's future will be at stake. Will Carter and Hope be able to come together for a fresh start? At the Cliff House, Liam Spencer just gave Hope some words of wisdom that touched her heart. It's clear that Liam thinks Hope should hear Carter out and try to give him another chance. Liam has seen how much Carter loves Hope and wants her to be happy, so he'll continue pushing her in Carter's direction on Friday's B&B episode. Hope will take Liam's advice and at least give Carter an opportunity to say what's on his mind. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope will meet up with Carter at Brooke Logan's place, so they'll speak privately about where things stand between them. Carter will talk about how much he misses Hope and how he still envisions a future together. After Carter begs Hope to tell him that she wants him as much as he wants her, she'll have a big decision to make. Will Hope admit that's true and be willing to explore a new beginning with Carter? Can Hope move beyond the pain of their bump in the road and agree to move forward as a couple? It's possible Katie Logan will pop up with updates on what she's learned about Daphne Rose's agenda at some point. That could also help nudge Hope toward reconnecting with Carter and finally granting his wish. It seems like the show's gearing up for Carter and Hope's next chapter, so maybe Hope will surrender once Carter gushes about how great they could still be together. Meanwhile, Steffy Forrester will continue to struggle with some tough emotions now that she's processing the fact that she could really lose Liam for good. John Finnegan will keep doing his best to comfort Steffy as she tries to wrap her head around a world without Liam in it. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Liam's medical crisis storyline will bring some curveballs, so stay tuned for any other shocking news to come. When you hear the name Brooke Logan, one word probably pops into your head: destiny. And more often than not, that so-called destiny has been Ridge Forrester. It's been pounded into Bold and the Beautiful viewers' minds by characters, flashbacks, and wedding montages. But what if we've been misled this entire time? What if Brooke is destined for a Forrester, just not that one? Enter Eric Forrester, her first Forrester husband, the patriarch, the man who saw Brooke before she became a household name in the fashion world, or a whirlwind of romantic chaos. He's not just Ridge's father. He's been Brooke's steady shelter more than once, even when things blew up with Ridge. Sure, he's married to Donna right now, but since when has a Logan sister ever been off limits to Brooke? Picture it. Eric is vulnerable after health scares, maybe second-guessing his choices. Ridge is distracted or gasp, even supportive. Brooke finds herself pulled back into Eric's orbit, not out of revenge, but connection, history, chemistry. Suddenly, the idea of bridge doesn't feel so unshakable when Barrick starts to spark again. The drama writes itself. Donna would lose her mind. Ridge wouldn't know what to do with himself. And the Logan family dinners? A complete disaster, just the way B and B fans like it. And let's be honest here, Brooke has taken men from nearly every woman in her family. Why would Donna be the exception? Plus, wouldn't it be poetic if Ridge, who always had an iron grip on Brooke, finally let her go, and she found comfort in the arms of the man who raised him? That's a twist with bite, and the kind of storytelling that shakes up even the most destined love story. So maybe Bridge is more of a detour. Maybe Brooke's forever has been standing behind her all this time, with a Forrester last name and silver hair to match.